Welcome back, Guardians. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna start dropping y'all in a conversation a little bit more.
Come from a Yankee, that I don't know how that's gonna go over well.
What a carpetbagger!
Yeah, man.
I gotta replace my use guys with y'all's.
Get a couple in, and you're just gonna start saying how you doing. We know how it is.
How you doing?
Yeah. Michael Collodi, how you doing?
Forever folding his pizza. It's just weird.
If you don't fold your pizza, we can't be friends. I'm sorry.
No, I'm okay with no folding, but if I ever see you with a knife and fork, I'm disowning you.
Depends on my pie. That's all I gotta say.
Anyway,
I mean, if you're eating that Chicago deep dish slop.
Slop, sir? Oh, wow.
All I'm saying is the Chicago deep dish is a literal pie.
All right.
It's lasagna is what it is. It's
Chicago.
Lasagna.
For all my Chicago people, whenever I go up to Fort Wayne, I don't want y'all to come get me. Those opinions are based
Piss on the fire. Sorry.
all that to say is just remember that in Chicago they eat tavern style, not Chicago style.
Yeah, no, it's just I fuck with some tavern style.
The real ones.
I'm dropping F-bombs in the first minute here. I'm sorry.
shout out to all the Chicago dogs. All right, gentlemen. So how's everyone's weekend? I hit a car show this weekend. I love me an EV. I'm on the hunt now for an F-150 Lightning here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, good on you, man.
I'm sorry I didn't make that this weekend. That seemed like a really cool show.
No,
but my dream is also an F-150 Lightning, but I want to Texas it up. I want to put some big old bullhorns on the front.
Oh my god!
I wish I could get an electric truck that wasn't a Ford, but if I get a Lightning, I'd be happy.
Yeah, the Silverado's nice, but massive.
I mean, I'm not a Chevy guy either. I'm a Toyota guy.
Yeah, well, you're gonna wait a while.
I know.
They do make a Toyota Helix, but they don't sell that here. One of the many cars that.
I want one of those. Put a gun on the back and.
Is this the podcast where I talk about trucks? Where am I?
For sure.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, before we switch over, I don't know, Hubert. So you know Mexican cars, right? Have you ever seen a Jimny before?
No, I haven't. I don't think so. I don't know cars that well. That's the thing. So like when I'm in Mexico, I don't even look around. The only thing I remember is that Mexico had a tiny Chevrolet truck called a Tornado, and I don't know why, but I loved it.
Sure. Nice. From my truck lovers, the Jimny is a Suzuki product. For all the people who didn't know, Suzuki still exists. They don't sell here, but they're a short wheelbase Jeep. Basically, they were like tanks. It was fucking awesome.
They have those all over South America too.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I just looked it up. That thing is sick.
Yeah, I've seen those all over South America. They're nice little trucks.
Yeah, Suzuki doesn't sell in
what we need more of
the USA, but for sure.
We need to stop with these rolling minivans with long beds.
For sure. Oh yeah, the Jeep Renegade. All right, so we're gonna start off record of the day. We're gonna do a little deep voice soul. This is not clean the house music. This is baby making music right here.
What a classic style cover, too.
Marcus, are you telling us this is your way of breaking some news to us?
You'll never find. I'm telling you. No, for sure. So Lou Rawls, the classic.
Marcus got some news to share with us, or what's the deal here?
Absolutely not. That's not it. I like traveling way too much for sure. Yeah. So, but yeah, you'll never find. Obviously, his is massive hits, but that voice. Him and Barry White, that era of this deep baritone soul. I don't think we'll get that again, for sure. But yeah,
what are some of the hits off this? This is a greatest hits album, I'm assuming. Classics.
So yeah, you'll never find. Yeah. Basically, all his top 40s are all here. Now they're not that many, but there's enough. So, absolute. Yeah, like I said, Sunday clean the house music and baby making music all in one here. So for sure, check it out. Lou Rawls, the classic. All right, Hubert, what do you got today?
All right, I got one of my favorite pieces that I own because will screw it. I stole this. Hence, it has no case. It's just in a sleeve. This is Steve Miller's Book of Dreams.
Oh, nice.
Can't go wrong with Book of Dreams, man. Almost every song on this is a freaking hit, man. The one people obviously know is Dead Airliner, but I think this is a really good vinyl for people to get into if they're trying to figure out what vinyl's about, just because the actual pressed songs have so many little differences from like the digital ones. The tracks all flow into each other. There's interludes. There's even an intro to the whole album that you generally don't find on the digital versions of it. Really great album. Check that one out.
Very
all right, cool. Dennis, what we got?
All right, well, first of all, I want to preface this by saying we do not discuss this ahead of time, right? We just show up with our albums, but I also went with what I consider some baby making music here.
Marvin Gaye? Oh, fuck out of here. What?
Wait, you guys don't make babies to Steve Miller?
Oh no, my man got the Star Boy. I get it. All right.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
The Starboy double. This is a double album. Yeah, this is a double album. Which this was a hit, man. This is this is
Yeah.
not anything. It's not anything I think spectacular, right? I'm not gonna say this is like one of the greatest albums of all time. But this is a good album, right? This came out. It was banger. There's not a bad track on this album. It's a fun album, and I love the Weekend sound, man. I love it, and to me, I think this is my favorite Weekend album. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a classic. I wouldn't say it's a hit, but it's my favorite Weekend album here.
So are you saying you can't feel your face? Is that what you're saying?
I can't. No, I'm not gonna get us. That's not even on this one. That's not even on this one.
Yeah. God forbid you demonetize this video.
I
Yeah,
know.
for sure. But no, that's dope. So we have Lou Rawls, Steve Miller Band, which I actually have their greatest hits on vinyl as well.
Nothing
and
wrong with that. Yeah.
The Weeknd Starboy. Eclectic taste here. I was gonna pull a classical musical album, but I was like, I'll save those for deep when we get into the catalog.
I used to have Fly Like an Eagle, but it got messed up, and I'm bummed to not own that album anymore.
Yeah, what's funny? When I first heard that record, I think I heard the Seal remix first.
I think a lot of people did.
Was that the one that was on the Space Jam soundtrack?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's the version I heard first.
Yeah. I think most people at this point in life heard that one first.
Well, it's funny because we'll get on a music rant, but a lot of these kids are like, oh, I really love this song. And I'm, I hear the intro and I think it's something entirely different. And they're like, oh yeah, it's that new Weekend or whatever. I'm like, my bad.
You guys ever watch Abbott Elementary?
Yes.
There's a bit in one of the episodes where they start talking about all the classic songs and they're all like Lil Wayne and stuff. And the teachers are all feeling old.
Yeah, they're like,
finally there.
I saw an interview. The kid was like, yeah, I like the old school stuff, like that first Lil Wayne album. I'm like, fuck you. I was in high school. All right, so gentlemen, we're gonna talk about
middle school, bro. Relax.
Yeah, like I'm Millie. I can do that bar for bar, sir. You know what's starting me. All right, so we're gonna start off. There's no real FC Dallas news. Roster decisions have not been made. We should have that for you next weekend in our Thanksgiving pod, where we're gonna talk about how fat we got with the cranberry sauce and stuffing and all that good stuff. But for right now,
we're fat over Marcus.
Yeah, no, I'm hosting, which means I'm cooking. I'm actually doing the Popeyes Cajun
let's go
turkey. So that's going to be my thing. But yeah, so the only announcement we have is Sebastian Lletget, the boy, is no longer with FC Dallas.
We missed the boy.
La live, la laugh, la love.
Yeah, for sure. He, I mean, it's not controversial to say that he was a bigger issue off the field for reasons that we're not going to discuss. But I don't. All right, so I'm
at least once.
Well, at least for 10 minutes, according to him. Anyway, so we're going to look back at that trade. So we got him and Paul Arriola, and at the time, those were two fringe national team members, and we thought this was a bit of ambition from the league. And as both those guys are now gone, what do you think of that? That was what 2.5 years ago we got both those players. One got injured for most of the season, Paul Arriola, and then left. Still, no ill will towards him. He was a great player, even though if you don't understand supporters culture and we can't criticize you, you should probably find another fucking job.
Definitely a low in the Paul Arriola.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna stick to Sebastian. What do you think of that trade now that it's over?
Hubert, you want to go first, Dennis? Or you want me to go first?
All
right. Don't be sad that it's over.
Don't cry for me, Argentina, is what you're saying.
Look, I think it made sense at the time. I just have a couple quick thoughts on this, but I think it made sense at the time. Hindsight being 2020, I still don't think that they were terrible moves. I just don't think they were as good as was expected. I think they both had their moments here, right? They both had some pretty powerful moments. Paul, especially. Seba had some great moments too, and I think Lletget definitely developed into a locker room leader over the last year or so, which is you see he's mentoring some of the young kids and things like that. So I hope they both have successful and storied post game careers. I mean, I think they're both looking. They may have a couple years left in each of them, and I think there's a little bit left in the tank from both of them, especially for a dude that's in shape like Legit is, right? Like, first of all, if I looked like Legit, I would just never take my shirt off. I would never put a shirt on, rather. I would just never wear a shirt, right?
For
But
sure,
like
I'm agreeing with you.
I see that dude's workout videos, and I'm like, damn, like it's just jealousy, right? That's the first thing that comes in, right? But no, I really do wish them the best, and I think it's smile because it happened, right? We had them in a little bit past the prime of their careers, but I think we got enough out of them that I think those deals were not ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Legit was I would call it a general success overall. You know, FC Dallas was never going to go make a league breaking move. So in that context, I think it's better. I think when he was on the field, he definitely produced for us to an extent, or to the level we wanted to at least. Once he started kind of just being out for random reasons, obviously you can't predict that. It just kind of happens. Although as age goes up, that's more likely, right? You should have thought of that. I do agree with Dennis about the off the field leadership, locker room. I think tremendous value in the fact that he was bilingual, and he was a huge bridge for all the players on this team, from the guys coming up from the Spanish speaking countries to the English speaking. I think he was a huge bridge for that. All the Argentinians we had for a little while there, he was big deal for them. Leader in the locker room, great guy, incredible personality. The weird offseason thing that happened aside, I think he was great off field, and I
And
think
that's
he will
personal life
continue to be
stuff,
great
right?
off field.
That wasn't
Yeah.
that was personal life stuff.
Yeah, I will say my one disappointment is that we didn't get our very own Taylor Swift. Anyways, so
That would have been
yeah,
incredible, especially
that would have
considering
been
the
great,
Hunts
right?
already have the
She
playbook.
did
Right?
end up at some games this season, by the
No,
way.
but it's not the same.
Yeah,
But not
although,
the same. Yes, yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
although fuck that asshole who got the jersey made. You know who you are. That was
we're not going to talk about that.
yeah,
We're not even going to give that.
any shine. But I'm just saying, fuck that guy. We know he know who
Yeah.
he is. All right, so all the loanees are back. Dennis mentioned earlier that the one loanee we were waiting on from New Mexico, who made a deep playoff run. We'll talk about them in the playoff USL Championship section. But so all players are back home, and we await roster decisions.
Eagerly anticipating roster decisions, ideally this week. Like Marcus just said, the last loanee outstanding was Tristan Pondeca playing for New Mexico United, who were eliminated from the USL semifinal this weekend, and
Yep.
we'll cover
No,
that
no,
momentarily.
conference final. It was them in
Conference
Copa.
final.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sure.
one win, then they would have been in the big boy
Overall
show,
settings. Yeah.
which we will talk about later. We might be making a road trip north. So
Yeah, baby.
yeah. So yeah, we just to be honest, it's kind of late. I'm reading everybody else's releases. I'm seeing who we might want to get in the off season, and for some reason,
Yeah, it's weird.
dragging our feet. So I don't.
Yeah.
Let's hope this doesn't mean what I think it means, which is that they're negotiating with all these guys. Some of them need to go. So
somebody said on Discord earlier this week or over the weekend that like the most FC Dallas thing to happen would be to drop this tonight while the Cowboys are playing Monday Night Football.
That would be. I will say that in the past when they were negotiating, they still released and said negotiating with or whatever. So
no, I agree, but
I'm hoping that's the theme is what I'm getting at. I'm with Marcus.
Sure.
I hope that's not why.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little hit. I'm with to wrap up the legit departure. I'm hit or miss on the locker room leadership thing. This is a results in most places in the world, this is a results oriented business. And
yeah, fair enough.
I'm not saying it means nothing, because a cancer in the locker room can destroy a season. Shout out to Acosta. Do whatever.
And I think to your point, are you worth how much you're getting paid to just be a locker room guy?
Yeah. And
well, I mean,
that was the contention, right?
His paycheck is veteran paycheck, right? At a certain point, league minimum still means that you're more highly paid. And I'm all
you keep pointing that out, and I keep forgetting about it.
I'm all for union power, so I don't mind the fact that veterans get paid years of service. At a certain point, though, you might, you're gonna hit your ceiling in value, and I think Ibiaga is about to hit that ceiling where it's like, I understand you're a veteran and you demand X, but at a certain point, you're not giving X. So yeah, for sure. So Yeah, we hope to have a guest or guests involved when we do the yearly wrap up for sure. We already did what we think the Hunts will do, and we'll get to what the Hunts actually do here
Right.
shortly.
Right. We
So
have to talk about everything in the context of FC Dallas.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna head south to the team that currently fills the Cotton Bowl, and not the marketing ploy that is hoping to fill the Cotton Bowl that released another jersey.
Fills the Cotton Bowl is a hell of
Are you
a way to
taking
put
shots
it.
at those guys already?
I mean, how many
Guys, they have a
jerseys?
third jersey now.
It was like, this is the definition of pulling a Bubba and shooting your load entirely too early for all the Reddit. Anyways, we're going to move on to the Golden Girls who finally broke their streak 2-0
With some flair, too.
For sure. Shout out to Strawn, who did that. Was a hell of a headed goal.
Let's just say Spokane had a bad weekend. All right.
That is true. Ooh, rough shot, rough shot. I agree with you.
How deep do we want to go into this game? We want to analyze this game a little bit here.
Well, we can discuss the goals. What do you think it means for the team going forward? Obviously, Dennis wrote the write up, so let's give you 90 seconds here to.
Yeah, I want to have opinions, but Dennis is
So
scholastic about it.
Yeah.
big takeaways here. Big moves. Amber Brooks moves to the back line for Maya McCutcheon, who's off with a red card this week. Amber Wisner, sorry. Wisner is incredible wherever she is, right? You put her in the back, she's good in the back, and this is
put her next to Davison, man. Come on.
just paraphrasing Petroselli here. When you put her in the back, she's good in the back. You put her in the midfield, she's good in the midfield. When she's up at the 10, she's good at the 10, right? She is probably the best player on this team right now, so she fills in back there. Riley Foster coming back into goal, and my goodness, what a performance in goal. Third clean sheet of the season coming home out west.
Can I butt in on the Riley conversation?
Please do.
Yeah,
I know you guys are like coffee buddies, so go for
it. Coffee buddies. Nah, I just got her a bag once. But I think overall decent performance. There was still a few balls that, man, she should have maybe dealt with better, but definitely a better performance than Estrada had last week. And I don't know, maybe the break did her good. She had more, I think, of those reaction saves than she had in the previous weeks. And yeah, I like the step up from Riley. I think there's still some work she needs to do, but yeah.
Yeah, I was especially, after the last couple of performances from both Foster and Estrada, I think this was a very, very solid game in the back, and I think she had some really quality moments. There was very early on, I think it was like the third or fourth minute, she had that like double save, right? Pushed it away, rebound came back, and she pushed that one away too. There were a couple great catches later on in the game, and she went up against some she went up against Cam Tucker, right? Cam Tucker is not a slouch here, right?
Yeah, good shout.
Yeah, she's former BYU All-American, and she's having a great season, and she had a great season last year too. So, all that being said, I mean, they got the clean sheet. They got 2 goals. The 2 goals happened to be scored by 2 academy players who just earlier this week or earlier last week announced that they've committed and signed with their respective colleges. So Celie Strawn is obviously will be leaving and headed to the University of North Carolina in the spring. And Ray Moore will be headed to the University of Southern California. So we got a Tar Heel and a Trojan, and they'll be leaving us in the spring, but they both scored goals, and they both came out of the academy. And they did it against the best keeper in the league. Hope Hissey has 5 clean sheets coming into this one, leading the league. She had, I believe, 45 stops or 45 saves, which was almost double the next on the list. Next on the list was mid-20s. I mean, it was 26, 27.
2 great goals too, man.
Right, 2 incredible goals.
Strawn's header,
the best keeper in the league.
Strawn's header was phenomenal. Moore's shot was phenomenal. Made the defense look a little shaky. That was fun. We haven't had a good shot like that in a while. I wish I could have cheered for it at home.
Yeah, that was a great goal. And let's talk about the cross too. That was
phenomenal cross. Was that Cameron?
No, that was I believe that. So Bellotta had the first ball. When Bellotta had the first ball in up to Samar Guidry,
yes.
So this is something I pointed out to last pretty much all this season. We've seen that flanking attack with the left back Sierra Hinson moving up into the midfield and being a more of attacking wing back, and the right back, whoever that's been, has been sort of the stay-at-home right back. They kind of switched that up this week a little bit, and Hinson was a little bit more stay home on the left side, and Guidry got ahead on the right, and it worked out. She got an assist, beautiful cross, one time, basically one touch for off that ball, and put it right where it needed to be. Strawn was able to get up and head it into the net and made it look effortless. But I think this was all around a great performance from this team, and this really felt like a get right game. And I think
Yeah,
this was
definitely.
really the best example of what Chris Petroselli is really trying to do with this squad. This is the best example of the tactical vision he has.
Hold
There's
on.
a Go ahead.
Dennis, hold on a second. Just want to jump in for the audio listeners here on the YouTube. You can see on the screen. If you want an in-depth review and all season long, write up on thirddegree.net by our very own Dennis. So just for everyone that's reading it, if you want to get an in-depth understanding of the game. But yeah, Hubert, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I think we're seeing over the last few weeks that have been positives. For one, the players coming off the bench, I think, have been fantastic, especially Delaney. It's been really fun to watch Delaney come off the bench and actually, cause some trouble. The other one is watching Cameron Lancaster has really come into a good passing role. She's breaking some lines with her passes. She's been doing good crossing. And, I was complaining every game at the beginning of the season about crosses to no one and passes to no one in the box. And I think they're fixing that issue, which is a step in the right direction. But I'm freaked out about this winter, man. We need help.
Oh, absolutely.
We need so much help, especially losing the two you just mentioned. I didn't know about that.
Those two will be leaving. That probably won't happen until I'm not 100% firm on what the rules are for this league and what the transitions are, but they should be able they should be available all the way through the playoffs before the collegiate.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. That was scaring me. Either way, we do still need help. It's just not as scary knowing that.
Yeah. Also, how about Tamara Bolt coming off the bench in the 90th minute, immediately picking off a pass, and moments after coming off the bench, picking off a pass, getting the ball out, distributing it to Moore, who just slots it home. A pick off and an assist, right? Like what else? What else do you want off the bench? I really hope she returns to the lineup next week.
I think we both said it at the start of the season. Bolt's going to be a big part of why this team succeeds or fails. So let's go.
Yeah, all around, I think, like I said, great performance here. 3 points, 2 goals, third clean sheet for Foster. Was it perfect? No. Was it the most beautiful game? No. But they got the 3 points on the road, and that's all that matters. Didn't give up.
Win is a win is a win, right?
Right. They to Hubert's point, right? There were some shots that may have been, not 100% saved, and there were some good blocks, but they got the job done, right? And that's all you can do in this league.
Steps in the right direction.
Steps in the right direction. 2 goals, a win on the road, a clean sheet on the road. Not much more you can ask from a squad.
Reminder that they did move the game time for the next game.
Yes. They did. Okay. So before we get there, we're going to do a quick play-by-play here. Much needed comeback from the ladies in gold. Hopefully this is the moment of turnaround here, because I'm going to show you the table here shortly. Here we go. As we go over the other scores of the weekend. Lexington doing Lexington things.
Yeah, cleaning up shop, man.
Yeah, man. What a turnaround for that club.
DC Power doing a turnaround. I think they lost their last 2 games. And Fort Lauderdale, a loss and a tie. I guess we'll call it that. Tampa Bay still the spoon leaders as we head as we close out what will be the fall.
No complaints.
Tampa Bay continues to provide their best LA Galaxy impression here.
Yeah, for sure.
First to worst in one season. There's a lot of season left. There's the whole back half of the season here. There's a lot of games to be made up between these clubs. You can see here Spokane has played 13. Brooklyn's played 12. Fort Lauderdale's played 11. Everybody else has played 10. But, I mean, Lexington from worst to first, right? They finished the season
on 10 games.
Right. Yeah. 20 points in 10 games is an absolutely insane number. Hopefully they run out of steam at some point here.
I want to continue my petition to the league here. Please release a points per game table, not just a points table.
I agree, especially if we're going to keep being uneven.
Yeah, if we're going to have uneven.
Or just give us an even number of teams and this whole problem goes away.
I mean, it will eventually, right? But like, it's growing, and you're gonna have to deal with this issue. Anyway,
they have to get to 12 in the fourth year, so they have 2 more years to get 3 more teams. So
odds are we will be uneven again in the future at some point. So
yes, at least next season there are no for at least next season there is no foreseeable added teams, and then hopefully everybody holds pat, and then we can go from there. But yeah, this is the run table. Hopefully everyone get your Peacock subscription. Apparently Dennis mentioned that there is a ESPN Peacock bundle.
Apple TV Peacock bundle.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
There's an Apple TV Peacock bundle available. I think it's $14.99 for with ads Peacock, $19.99 for no ads Peacock. Totally reasonable value. If you like soccer, there is a ton of available games there. You're getting MLS, you're getting the Premier League. Not that this is a commercial for that shit, right? We think it's a good idea, right? Like these clubs, these leagues, they need financial support, right? These things don't happen without financial support. Not that the Premier League needs my financial support, but the USL Super League, the Gainbridge Super League, does need our support right now.
You never know. Yeah, so shout out to the ladies.
I don't care if the PL needs my support. How about that? I don't care. Just sure. One last note about this. And I don't know if this goes for the rest of the league, but I do just want to give a shout out to the entire Trinity organization, how approachable and easy they have made it to cover this team, both home and away.
Most definitely. All right. Next game is at home. Correct.
Next game is at home. That'll be Saturday, December 6th, 5:30 p.m. DC Power are back in town. Is that correct? Yep, DC Power back in town. So hopefully we can turn the lights out on the power this time.
Same day as...
That's terrible.
Thank you. Thank you for letting that
that was
just a moment.
That's terrible. Nope. Okay. All right. Yeah. So check that out. We hope to see y'all there for sure. So we're gonna move on next to international. Is that what we're doing?
Let's do some international talk.
Okay. So are we gonna review the Paraguay game? Do you think that's where we should start?
I don't think we need to go into full games here. We can just talk about results and dive into what we saw. But there is some breaking international news that literally just came out seconds ago. Haven't read the whole article yet. But Infantino and the president are holding a press conference right now where apparently they're releasing some sort of golden ticket visa program that if you have tickets to a World Cup game, they will be expediting visas. They will be adding 400 plus additional consular officers. So they are apparently doing what they can. It's called FIFA Pass. That's what it is. So they're.
I'm sorry. That's the thing they do in every FIFA World Cup.
Yeah. So they're actually doing it though. They're actually doing it. We debated it here for a little while whether it was actually going to happen or not. So they're doing it, and there's that. We don't have to talk about that at all, but it just broke.
That's fine. We'll just call them the Bubba Pass and keep it moving. Anyway, so
Bubba Pass. How you doing?
USMT played. Yeah, USMT played Paraguay when was that? Saturday?
Saturday. I
think it was Saturday. Yeah.
So this is the starting lineup. I don't know if this is the team going into the World Cup. Looking at the starting lineup and the bench,
this is not the team, and we've talked about this. This is not the U.S. men's net. This is Pochettino looking at who he's got. This is Pochettino using these windows to see what players he has. Right. This is.
Are you saying Matt Freese is not the number one? That's fair.
I think he is.
I think he might be. I think he very much could be. Freese has had a few good windows back to back here. But let's talk about Gio Reyna here for a moment.
Why not? Let's talk.
I was going to say something, but this is a family show.
It is.
Is it?
It is. But yeah, so 2-1 USMT. Do we want to go over?
I do just want to give a shout out to Ireland. We don't have to go into the game too much, but
my goodness, Ireland story is so good.
They are still alive, right? They beat Portugal and Hungary this weekend to make it into the World Cup qualifier. So I believe we can call it soccer again.
Yeah, let's go. I have to do a shout out to Mexico for tying Uruguay. That's a decent result against a pretty good team. and I will take it. Again, meaningless game, so take what you will from that. And I want to hear Dennis's thoughts on Italy having to go through the playoff again.
It's
I love
difficult.
it. Absolutely love it.
We have and I say we because I've been an Italian fan since I was a kid, but it's difficult. They haven't been relevant in like a decade. They had that 1 Euro win, and like that's it.
They missed out on qualification through the playoff the last couple of cycles, right?
Yes,
That's brutal.
this has been really bad. They haven't been relevant in over a decade.
It sucks.
It's rough. It's
Yeah.
rough. It's rough. I mean, I got to see Italy win a cup, and you know that's I got to see one as a someone who was old enough to actually enjoy it and understand it in 06 and from there it's just been downhill, right?
Worth the trade off? Would you make that trade? Irrelevant for a decade, but winning a cup? I would.
I mean, it's yes, but also like that's not a team that should be irrelevant for a decade, right? Italy's supposed to be a powerhouse in Europe.
No, forgotten generation, man. Pirlo retired. There's nothing left. Right now, they're in rebuild mode. All their old Olympic stadiums are. The government finally decided to spend some money.
Yeah, can't wait to see what happens in Milan.
But here,
you're missing out on by qualifying automatically.
And I haven't checked scores yet. There's a bunch of games going on right now, still in the international window, and we should all be rooting for Luxembourg because they're playing against Northern Ireland. So,
I have one more international shout out, and that's U17 World Cup.
Well, we got one more after this, but go for it.
Yeah, heartbreaking loss for the United States. Was it Montenegro they lost to?
No, was it Morocco or Montenegro?
Morocco. It was. Yeah. I can't remember. But yeah, it was heartbreaking loss there. It happens.
The U20s lost to Morocco in the World Cup too.
Oh, Morocco, I didn't even make that.
Morocco was our boogeyman. Morocco is now our boogeyman.
No longer Ghana. Now it's Morocco. Yeah.
Ghana. I remember.
I can't wait till we get. I can't wait till we draw a World Cup group with Morocco.
Yeah.
Sure, Mexico knocked Argentina off, which is a pretty big deal. Argentina's youth is generally considered the pinnacle right now, so that's a good feeling for them. Playing Portugal in the quarterfinals or semifinals?
I believe they're in the quarters.
I think it's the quarters, which is a good performance. Again, youth success doesn't translate to senior success, but it's nice to see.
Yes.
Yeah. And then go ahead, Mark.
CONCACAF is scalping people in the youth, which is nice.
Always good. Yeah. No, go ahead, Dennis. I'm going to leave the Jamaican national team for last.
Okay, I was just going to jump in and say I was going to take it back home for a moment to our boy Peter Musa. The Moose got loose.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The Moose got loose in his first Croatian cap. And
what's a Moose doing in Europe?
What is a Moose doing in Arlington, Texas? Well, hopefully he gets a World Cup game here. I think that would be a lot of fun to see.
Man, he even said it in the post game.
He said it himself.
I'd try to go to that.
But he's up to 20 goals across all competitions now and may be able to add to his total. They're playing right now, I believe, so we'll have to check those scores in a bit. But he got his first goal for his national team in Croatia, and it was the goal that put them ahead, and they stayed ahead and qualified for the World Cup. So
wait, was that his first goal?
That was his first goal for the national team.
Yeah, I knew he had played with him. I, for some reason, thought he had scored.
Yep, not his first cap, but his first goal for the national team. It might have been his first start, too. I'm not 100% sure on that, though.
Couldn't tell you.
But he got the start, he got the goal, and he got the World Cup qualifier. So seeing him play in the World Cup next summer might be the last time we see Peter Musa in Dallas or in the United States.
Well, and odds are he's not going as their starter, right? Odds are he's going for depth. But still cool to see. To Marcus's point on
the way he did last week or this weekend or last week, whenever it was, he might move up to starter.
Yeah. Well, to Marcus's point on our group chat, it is the Faroe Islands. You have to keep in mind the competition, but at the same time, if
Dallas
they put you against the right competition and you perform, you're doing your job.
FC Dallas Strikers against small island nations, undefeated.
Is that the Caribbean of?
No, that's the argument I always make is that people always look at the Euro or UEFA and be like, oh, it's just a strong conference. And I'm like, they got Gibraltar, which is a whipping boy.
It is top. Yeah.
The same thing with our minnows. They have minnows there too. But
the Faroe Islands are the Trinidad and Tobago of
look. All you can ask is that they did their job. You show up. You should score on this team, and you did it. Good.
Yeah.
Let's see that goal.
So let's see it again.
But to watch this in better than 520p or whatever this is, or you'd probably see him right there.
No,
It is, man.
yeah. So
shit.
yeah,
I just gotta.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna move over to my AT&T.
Hey, he tried something. Okay, don't punish him.
I appreciate the effort.
Don't punish me. I took a risk.
Here's the thing. On my end, it looks clear. So whenever I rewatch it, we'll see whether or not it shows my quality or your guys' quality.
That's what we're hoping for. Yeah.
No, it's definitely quality, and I appreciate it. So
I'm just trying to add some production quality here, ladies and gentlemen.
You're doing a phenomenal job, and I will shut my dirty mouth.
Anyways, lastly, the hopes and dreams of a nation lands tomorrow at the office in the National
I will be
Stadium.
watching that game.
We choked it away in Trinidad. We needed a win. We got a tie. They tied with us late. Our big guns are not there. Leon Bailey is injured from his Italian duty in Serie A in Roma. Damari Gray is recovering. He's the Leicester player. So we don't have our offensive firepower, and our defense keeps leaking goals late. We have a Curacao, which would, I think, be the smallest nation to qualify if they end up pulling this off. They're a country of 45,000 people, give or take.
Love it.
So they only need a tie, which means that they are going to be 11 defenders in the box at all times. They won't even put a striker near the field. So it's really up to us. After the devastation, the hurricane that came through, this is what you need to lift the hope of a nation, and hopefully the UB40 boys can make it happen. We just need one goal. Actually, here's the thing. This is what I hope for tomorrow. I hope we get the scenes from Ireland, 95th minute, bang the goal in, everybody storms the field, and it's an absolute mayhem. That's what I'm hoping for in scenes of Kingston. Unfortunately, my heart and brain are disconnected here. I think Curacao has enough to tie us, and we don't have enough firepower to score. So that's
Jamaica lost to Curacao last game, right?
But they won all. Well, they won all their games except tying Trinidad. Their field is absolute trash. They make the turf fields here look like grass. Their turf field is track turf.
Okay, so you believe that they lost to Curacao because of field quality, probably?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I think
didn't watch, can't say.
Yeah, I think at home, on our field, at home, in the office, I think we can pull it off. The problem is we need more than one goal. We'll need at least two, because I don't believe we can hold on to a one-goal lead. So that's our wrap up of international soccer here. I am hope
and that Jamaica game is tomorrow at 7 p.m. live on Paramount Plus, right?
Yep. Yeah, Paramount Plus. Correct. So or YouTube CONCACAF with the VPN, but I never said that, so we'll just ignore that bit.
Update: Musa was on the bench for Croatia, and they're losing 2-1 to Montenegro at the moment, and Northern Ireland has a 1-goal lead on Luxembourg. Both of those games are in the 53rd minute.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're going to switch over now. We're going to give Dennis another 90 seconds to talk his shit, and
up
prove
the
one.
Fucking bats. Let's go.
Marta. Well, I mean, quick question: does Marta come back, or does she retire? She is long in the tooth here. Yeah, like it might be time to call it a day. Go find a coaching gig someplace.
I love that Marta has an opportunity to win the Marta Award this year.
For sure.
That's insane. That is insane.
When you've been playing in the league so long that they name an end of season award after you. It's for the best goal of the season. But they name an award after you, and you have an opportunity to win it while you're still playing. I think that's really badass.
That's pretty
Marta.
cool.
She's big fan of it. I'm a big fan of this league, right? I really enjoy watching this league. It's a lot of fun. Like I mentioned last week, these fans are rabidly insane. It really is the coolest sports culture I've ever seen online. They're really freaking mean. And it's not just the New Yorkers. The entire fan base is really mean.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But
yeah, so
our girl, the Frisco kid, Jaden Shaw, with the 90+ stoppage time golazo off the direct free kick.
Okay, we're calling everything a golazo now. Is that what we're doing?
I mean, I think a direct free kick from outside the box. I think that's considered a golazo.
I think what she did really well is put that ball in no man's land, and it freaking
Yep.
rooted the keeper. It was awesome.
Yep. And Jaden Shaw, for the Frisco kid, FC Dallas Academy product, the biggest signing of the NWSL season, as far as I'm concerned, broke the league record, and was absolutely worth it, according to club owner Elijah Manning.
Love
Yeah,
it.
we can also discuss here. They're having their first taste of success as a league right now. They're you made it when they start talking about salary caps and whether or not you're
Right.
going to let the player out of her contract. Trinity Rodman apparently is desirable outside the country, and someone is willing to spend some money. But they're running into the issue that MLS had many moons ago with salary cap and being locked into a contract with the league. So that is a big discussion. We can get into, I guess, later in the offseason once 2 weeks.
I mean, we can talk about it briefly here right now, I think.
Before we move on from Gotham, though, I want to point out what I pointed out to Dennis. Gotham knocked out the first seed. They beat last year's champion, and they're playing last year's runner-up in the final. It's pretty cool. What a fun run.
I mean, they're doing everything that's asked of them.
That is good company, my friends.
so much. Or is it what did I say? Snuck in where? I guess is what they call it.
They snuck in because I think it was goal differential. I think was actually the deciding factor, but they have proven they absolutely belong here, right? And we're gonna see this goal in just a second when Marcus presses the play. She was off the bench and she played some late minutes. She got a late sub, so all signs point to her being healthy for the next start. So you've got a great matchup there.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, and Marcus, I don't think you have this pulled up because I didn't mention it, but right after that goal, there was another couple of minutes that went on there. That game did not end there. There were another few minutes there, and Berger had an incredible stop as time expired there, and that final whistle blew to really save this game for them. So Shaw's goal obviously is what we're all talking about here in North Texas, but Berger's save on the end of that was just as important, to the point where Berger and Shaw actually split the player of the match.
Yeah, if you're a sicko, go watch that game. It's a good game. Not a lot in it until the end. It was well fought.
And it was much easier finding these clips on USL because they timestamp all these shots and goals, and WSL does not do that, so it's a little harder to find. I was actually looking for the save. But
Gotham Spirit next weekend. I believe they call that battle District versus Empire, is what that derby is known as.
We're gonna call this the Amtrak Cup.
The Excella Cup. Well, we'll do that once Boston's added in here. That can definitely be the Excella Cup.
For sure. So who do we got here in the final? Prime time. Well, not prime time. Well, no, I guess prime time.
Yeah,
7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern, CBS.
This will be following the game we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes. This will be, I believe, immediately following the.
No. It wouldn't be following, because noon Eastern and 8 Eastern is a 7-hour difference.
Well, not immediately following, but it'll be following the afternoon USL Championship final. So definitely go watch some. Definitely watch some Saturday soccer. But you know where I'm riding here.
Yeah, I don't know enough about this league to pick a winner here, so I'm just gonna let y'all decide who wins this.
You know where I'm going. It's Gotham till I die, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully Washington doesn't do their best Spokane impersonation where you go to the final back-to-back and you lose back-to-back. That's probably that's not a great feeling at all.
Just to quote our girl Jaden Shaw one more time: underdogs, my ass.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling that she's going to hear any negative thing I said. She's going to come find me.
For sure. Bury you in the backyard. And you got some land out there too.
I got plenty of backyard to get buried in. Don't
for sure. So we're gonna shout out to the ladies north of the border. We got the Vancouver Rise. They won their final, I think it was 2-0, if I remember right.
That is correct.
Somehow the men's game was a week early, and it was a complete snowstorm, and the women's game was a week later, and there was no snow on the ground. So that's Canada for you. Granted,
perfectly normal weather. Perfectly normal weather. It's fine.
One was in Toronto, and the other was in Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that was the difference.
Which is pretty wild because Vancouver usually has the nicer weather.
Yeah, fair enough. So hopefully, they actually announced after this game the Ministry of Sport and I don't remember what they call it, but the government's going to invest another $5 million in getting these getting basically extra locker rooms for the women, so that they're, that's kind of an addition, so they're not really worrying about cheering, etc. So we'll see. So that's good growth on their part. So shout out to the ladies of Vancouver
the inaugural
Rise,
Northern Super League champions.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, inaugural. This is their first
cool.
year. I did want to, now that we're talking about women's sports here, I do want to, do we get a North American, basically US or North American Open Cup, now that we have 6 Canadian teams, 9?
Well, there's already the CONCACAF W League.
No, well, because they have the Open Cup, right? So you have amateur and pro. So now that we have 14.
Well, there is the CONCACAF W League where the NWSL's in that, and the USL Super League did not qualify that because for last year's because they started too late.
No, what I mean is that's you have to qualify. You have to
he means an Open Cup style.
An Open Cup is
what
what I'm saying. Okay. So for female division, right? Are there enough teams now that might be a viable option or no?
I think if the US Open Cup wants to continue to be relevant, I think they absolutely need to add a women's cup alongside the men's cup, and I think bring in some serious revenue that way, and potentially offset some of the issues that they're having, losing some of the the MLS issues that they're dealing with and all that shit. But like, let's do it.
We're gonna call it the MLS problem.
The MLS problem, yes. But I think there absolutely should be a women's Open Cup
for sure, and they can get a sponsor for it, Gillette, whatever they would figure they can make it work. So
yeah, I think it'd be fun. It would be fun to see what we're hoping to see in the men's game, D1 teams from different leagues playing each other
for sure.
I think your point, a North American Cup a North American Open Cup would, I think, be really interesting too. I think you've got a solid league up there now in the Northern Super League. Obviously, the league
it would also give the Canadian teams a break from playing each other a million times. Like, it's 6 teams, you're playing each other 4 or 5 times. That's annoying. I don't think anyone wants to do. Now, that said, that's how you
maybe
get
the final can be at the State Fair at the Cotton Bowl, and they can call it the State Fair Classico.
I think we're already doing that. All right. So that's the women's. Shout out CBS. The 22nd on CBS. 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. So we're gonna move on here. So we have the USL 1 champs, the double winners, the Shield and champions, to a record sold out crowd of 7,500. Standing room only, which I think the fire marshal probably had an absolute heart attack, because I'm pretty sure this stadium is only supposed to have like 6,500. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the fire marshal got a bribe or something. He was not around.
He's a fan. It's fine.
Yeah, for sure. He just loved it. But it was a hell of a show. All the issues I spoke earlier about being in baseball stadium existed, but who cares?
No, that was horrible as far as
I don't know. I feel like minor league baseball stadiums are not as bad as pro stadiums.
This one felt as bad as a pro one to be.
Okay.
I think theirs is bad.
Yeah, so someone pointed out to me, at least with Brooklyn, they face the camera in the outfield, so you don't look at the outfield, you look at the stands. So that's slightly better. This one,
the outfield is the Atlantic Ocean in Brooklyn.
Yes, so maybe that's what it is. They want to look out at the Hudson. But yeah, it was just weird. Like, you could hear the crowd, you knew it was sold out, but if you were just watching that, it looks like they were playing to an empty stadium.
And look, that's the only negative thing I actually have to say about the game, though. This was a fun game. I think the right team won, though. I think Knoxville always looked comfortable. I didn't realize that they were that good defensively at home. They pointed it out on the broadcast.
Yeah, they hadn't lost a game since like early October.
7 goals at home all season. That's crazy.
Yeah, so they
the only professional club that win their league double this season, right? In the States.
Yes. Well, Tulsa has no. Tulsa doesn't have the opportunity. So yes, they will be the only one unless Philly brings it out, and that we'll find about that later. So
All right,
shout out
forgot all
to
about Philly.
yeah. Shout out to League One. Massive growth for them. All their playoff games were sold out. Attendance is up in the playoff anyway. So I guess that's the play, is to make it to playoff, and then that's where you make your money. Next year will be a massive different thing. We don't know if they're going to keep 8 teams going to the playoff. You're going to have 20 teams. Do we go to 12 teams going to the playoff so you can extend it? Like, what do we do here? So we will figure that out. But shout out to One Knox. I do like that. It's One Knox SC. So that's
I
pretty
have their
dope.
sticker right here under some other stickers.
Oh, it's another sticker. So shout out to them. While we on USL League One, we did not mention this before. We mentioned all the rumors, but did not actually mention that they announced that the non-Texoma team is going to be called Rodeo Soccer Club. I already see some massive.
The brief?
Yeah, go
give
ahead.
the brief 30-second version of this. So the owners of Texoma FC, are moving that to level 2. They are self-relegating. We've talked about that. That is going to become an amateur level side in Texoma. They are now opening up a USL level 1 team. That same ownership group is opening up a new USL 1 team that will be playing in Salina, Texas, a few minutes down the road from Texoma.
Yes. Yeah. So that is the Cliff Note version of that. So yes, go ahead. Yeah, Hubert.
We won't talk about anything related to outstanding payments and people that are owed money and players that were blindsided by the fact that they were getting cut.
I think this is a good location. The Salina Prosper area has got plenty of people. It's over 100,000. If they run it,
they can pull from McKinney. So yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have some concern about this branding, but
so
I think
it's all right.
I think that if they own the branding and they are very consistent with it, great, cool. I don't think it suits the area, but whatever. I will say in this announcement image here or whatever, they're at least owning the rodeo thing, which it is a cool image. But yeah, I have concerns.
My massive concern has more to do with the imagery of Cowboy Church going on in all the promo. Like if you watch
now,
the
I haven't looked
video,
at any of that. Interesting. Okay.
Go to the website, go to the promo thing. It's a lot of cowboy. For the people who don't live in Texas, there's an actual denomination, Cowboy Church. It's a whole separate thing. History.
It's Baptist with a twang.
Yeah. So, and they're leaning very heavily.
The Baptists already have a twang.
Exactly. You can rope and ride.
I'm all for leaning into, like, if this was an announcement for the Fort Worth team, I'd be like,
yeah, if you told me this was Fort
Worth,
that'd be
awesome.
This would be totally cool. If you told me this was Mesquite, this would be cool.
Yes, right. Big rodeos at both of those places. When I think of Salina, I don't think of a rodeo. Apparently,
you think of the railroad.
One of that. Exactly. So I'm confused.
When I think of Salina, I think of 2 things: football and sex scandal. No, let me stop.
No, my goodness. Anyways, yeah. So we
keep moving.
So we just want to shout that out. They are planning on expanding. Although the announcement said Pro Collin County 2026, it is actually 2027 because they waited too late to get their stadium lease, so they can't play next year. We will later in the year, once the schedules come out, so that'll probably be in January, we will talk about USL League One further. But massive growth. I plan on making a trip down to Corpus Christi for a game for sure. All right, we're going to move to the league up to USL Championship. So this was the semifinals. More records crowds. This is basically at capacity. Pittsburgh has gotten buy-in from the mayor up there, so they plan on expanding to 15,000 in stages. Good. They're going to build one stand and another, then another to do a U-shaped stand. Unfortunately, where they are, there's not a lot. There's no place to go. There's a railroad, a river, and parking lots. So they are locked in. But
stop me if you've heard it before. Pittsburgh doesn't have room because there's a river there.
There's a river and a railroad
runs through it.
For sure. But yeah, sold out crowds. I assume Tulsa is going to run into this. I want to say they want to push 10,000, but they're already pushing capacity at 9 and change. The stadium is not supposed to hold this much. No. Again, you bribe and/or get the fire marshal drunk, we can make it work out. So this is the result. Rhode Island again comes ever so close in their 3rd year to a final, but not to happen. for them. So shout out to Rhode Island and New Mexico for good seasons. But we move on to the final that will be at Tulsa, which we're talking about. Me and Hubert were talking about making the trip north. It is 5 hours from here. The only issue is that it's an 11 a.m. game.
The hardest thing is going to be getting tickets. Let's be real.
I looked on the website, which I would pull up there, but I'm not going to. They have standing room only, which is basically what's remaining.
I mean, 40, I'm willing to do that for the vibes.
I'm sure. Does Tulsa have an SG that's ISC members?
83 United, man. They're a great supporters group. They've come down to Toyota Stadium multiple times. They're incredible.
I bet if you guys reached out and said, "Hey, I need a pair," I'm sure they would help you guys come up with a pair of tickets.
All right, we'll see what's up. I'm rooting for Tulsa here. I'm pretty amped about it. It's a great team. It's a great supporters culture. I can't wait to see this game. I hope Tulsa win it. I also like the idea that a team from Oklahoma wins it all. So good.
Yeah.
Do we like Oklahoma? How do we feel
I mean, we will like them once the Oklahoma pro soccer comes back, and the Dallas team, Atletico, will have decent rivals within driving distance between Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So they've
got rodeo right up in Salina now. It's fine.
Different divisions. That's USL 1. But yes,
but Pro-Rel is going to solve all this. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
How does that solve the fact that you don't play in the same league? I'm confused by that. Anyway, the USL Cup will definitely help a lot of these local playoff here. I'm looking forward to Atletico to be more than a fashion brand. That would be great.
Same. We talk trash, but we all want to see that thing succeed. So
absolutely, for sure. Absolutely. They did have a pretty cool event this weekend. If you are a member of their Founders Club, which means you've spent $27 to secure the rights to buy a ticket at the Cotton Bowl in the future,
or bought a jersey, or done anything on their website.
Right? Yeah, it's the Founders Club. You got an email that they were having a special Founders Club party this weekend over at our good friends over at Petticolas. So we know how much Petticolas love local Dallas area soccer. So they put on a really kick-ass event. There was a special giveaway. I believe it was Atletico flags that they got.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a Founders Club flag that anybody who attended got if they RSVP'd. And then they also debuted the new Silver Ore jersey, which the color is cool. It's okay.
I like it.
It's like a grayish silver, but my favorite part about it is the contrasting sleeves, and I am a sucker for a tight sleeve jersey. So
yeah,
I have to add that one, although it is not. None of these 3 jerseys that they've released are ever going to be worn by this club on the field. So
what I have to say about this kind of thing is, I think a good way for them to drive sales is FOMO here. If Atletico Dallas does well and it lasts and everything, like you're going to be looking at this game, you're like, oh man, I wish I'd gotten it. Like,
yep.
I love it. I do like these jerseys and stuff. I mean,
the blue ones are gorgeous. Texas Topaz it's a gorgeous jersey. I think it's a great look. I love the the subtle stripes. It's a cool jersey, and I think what they're doing is cool.
Yeah, I like the new jersey. I'll probably end up buying that one. I did not buy the initial 2, but who knows?
They keep restocking them, so if you want to grab one, there's
for sure. I mean, that's how they're funding them, so for the next whatever. Anyway, so before we switch over to that,
I will just okay, go ahead, finish up here.
So before we switch over to that, just want to shout out. Stay tuned. Everybody get their popcorn ready. CBS is Soccer Saturday on November 22nd. Noon Eastern, USL Championship match in Tulsa. Expect a sold-out crowd. I mean, everyone, there seems to be buy-in. I've heard rumors that the owner of this team already has land set aside, so they plan on building their own stadium. Tulsa's population is only about, Metro is about 500,000, so, we'll have to run into some issues there, but I think they definitely need to build their own 10,000 seat-ish stadium for them. So shout out to them. I think me and Hubert are going to make the trip. I'm just trying to figure out logistics.
Yeah.
My plan as it stands right now is to get off work at 1:32 a.m. and just drive directly there and check in.
Not a bad idea.
So we might see how that goes. But yeah, shout out to them, USL Championship.
Settle in for a college football game, and then get ready for the NWSL Championship, which inexplicably is between I love the concept of a neutral site game, but it doesn't work in the United States. You have a team from New York and a team from Washington will be playing at PayPal Park in San Jose.
Yes, I mean MLS tried that for a very long time, and they decided. I think, funny enough, I think it would work better now than it did when they tried it.
Yeah, but shout out to the worst final of all time between Colorado and FC Dallas in Toronto.
In Toronto, that was the dumbest fuck. Oh my god! Hey, we made it to the final once, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so now that I got that particular part clipped for a video, we can now go back to Atletico and talk about these are the kits that got released. I'm to be honest, I have this. I have the blue, teal, whatever one.
Texas Topaz.
Absolutely gorgeous. The rest of them, I'm kind of hit or miss on. And as Dennis or Hubert said, none of these are going to be worn the first season. So to me, this is, again, right now it's a fashion brand. I'm hoping right after the World Cup.
I thought it was a social media company. My bad.
Oh, that one too. I'm expecting big
announcements. Dallas.
Yeah, I'm expecting big announcements right after the World Cup. I want
love it. Yeah,
to see who the athletic director is going to be.
I hope they do some splashy shit, man.
I hope they do something great and sign Nico from Austin. That'd be fucking awesome.
I will say there are some of our fans that really, really want to hate us for some reason.
What do you mean?
Some of their fans.
If you talk to a lot of Atletico Dallas fans, they're the ones that bring up FC Dallas, not the FC Dallas fans.
Yeah, the I get that they're leaning into the market like we're actually Dallas, but let's get your league. Let's get your team up and running, and then we can compete.
Yeah.
For right
There's
now,
a culture of fuck the suburbs that I'm not liking.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm actually leaning more into that now that Plano and a bunch of the suburbs are
just for that. I'm going to vote against Dart now, just because you said that.
That's fine. Fuck Plano. Enjoy your micro transit.
All I know is this team's doing everything. I'm sorry, their fans are doing everything in their power to make me not want to go. As someone that doesn't live in Dallas,
you're not going to drive by the Cotton Bowl to go to Frisco. Anyway, so
yes, I am. I'm doing it right the fuck now.
Yeah, but no one's there.
You get on 635 and go around like a normal human being. Stop.
Yeah, you get on the tollway like a regular suburbanite. All right. So I did a short video, which I'm going to actually have to start doing now because we only.
By the way, I don't drive by the Cotton Bowl on the way to Frisco.
I know it was a joke. I'm going to have to start doing some of these more short videos because when news breaks, we can't really wait till Monday to address them. So I already talked about this, but I'm going to give you guys 90 seconds apiece to discuss this here news about the new schedule from MLS.
Totally makes sense. I don't want to hear any other argument.
Yeah. I mean, I was for this, so I'm happy about it. I think a lot of the people that are freaked out about it, about playing winter games, are way overblowing it. We're playing the same amount of winter games as we were in this calendar. I think it's a complete non-issue. I want to remind all you Northerners that are pissed off about this that heat death is the highest number of deaths that are weather related in this country and globally. So
I don't know what to tell you. Texas.
Yeah, it sucks more to be in the cold, I think, because it's sharper and all that. But at the end of the day, more people are hurt because of heat than they are of winter weather.
I'm going to be the counterpoint. I totally agree with this. I'm just going to be the guy from the north. No, I agree with this. I'm the one. I've basically been saying we should do this forever, along with a bunch of other things, and people keep shutting me down. So I'm going to shout this one down. What if you're in Minnesota? What about Minnesota? Let's talk about Minnesota.
I literally just made the exact point.
Let's talk about Minnesota.
You're playing the same amount of winter games.
They're playing the same amount of winter games. I mean, Minnesota doesn't go deep in the playoffs, so maybe that's what.
That's not true. That's not true,
sir. That's rude.
The Loons don't go deep in the playoffs. So
let's talk about Toronto then. They've won once and went to the playoffs.
Build the fucking dome. I don't care.
I literally just gave you the answer to that argument.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just being the people on Reddit.
Nah, it's just such a non-issue. It really
you know who doesn't like this? The same guys who bitch and complain that they don't watch MLS. That's who doesn't like this.
No, I do think that this is. I think their argument is that MLS is finally getting a foothold. I disagree with this. They're finally getting a foothold under the schedule they have. So why change it? And my response to them is that this has been telegraphed for the last 4 or 5.
Yeah, this isn't a surprise.
I just want to remind everyone here and everyone listening and watching at home that yes, ticket revenue is important to these teams. Most of these clubs survive on ticket revenue and it makes or breaks the season. But keep in mind the fundamental, and this is very much the FC Dallas way, but it is also the way across many of these teams in this league. their primary income source is player sales.
Yes.
Okay. And now they are aligned with the European calendar. So, where the majority of the inbound money is coming from, financially speaking, on a just purely financial decision making for this league, this is good for the league.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Again, this is, it's, I'm normally the Henri infuriating one, but I realized on this one, it's one of the things we all said should happen, right? Change the calendar, pro rel, a whole bunch of other shit, get rid of the salary cap, uh, what is
More
it?
importantly,
Free agency, like all the stuff we said that needs to happen. MLS has been doing it. My only issue with MLS for the most part, besides the back end business stuff, which I hate. My issue with them is that they never just do the thing. Like even with free agency, they don't really do free agency. They do, the league still holds your contract. So if you leave the country,
you always have to rebuild it somehow.
Yeah, it's like it's weird this thing to me. It's like, well, you're a free agent, but only in the domestic market. So if you leave because your contract is still with the league and not with your team, there still needs to be a franchise fee. And I'm like, what the fuck? Then that's not free agency. That's you can move. If you're a domestic player, that's good. But if you're an international player who happened to sign here once,
right?
You're like, oh well, I want to leave now. They're like, oh well, we still need a franchise fee. Or
it makes no sense. They're constantly trying to reinvent stuff.
And then instead of raising the salary cap, they're like, well, let's do Garber bucks, let's do GAM, let's do TAM. I'm like, just get rid of this or raise the salary cap, or do like Major League Baseball and do the thing the Yankees have to pay.
If you think you understand MLS rules and roster building financials, go play Football Manager as an MLS team.
Yeah,
you don't get it.
So that's my only issue with MLS is the back end. As far as the field goes, they're doing well. As far as sponsorship goes, they're doing well. My issue with this league, this whole like Euro snob thing, is like, no, my issue with this league is my issue with capitalism as a general rule, right? You're taking a thing and butchering it in a way in order to make money, right? It's just frustrating because you would make money anyway. That's the frustrating bit, is that if you got rid of all this stuff, you would still make money. You're just frustrating people for no reason whatsoever. So the next question is, does USL men's follow this in 2 or 3 years?
I think it's a terrible move if USL follows this. USL now has the entire summer to themselves, and they can
really... No, they don't. They have 2 months.
Yeah, it's only a couple of months, really.
Summer really is
65 days, maybe.
Let's be realistic.
Well, I think at some point you're going to run into the same shit with MLS, right? Where it just makes more sense to be on the same calendar.
So here's the thing.
I don't think USL's at that level yet. I don't think
USL but if you do it now when it's not...
The only issue in changing schedule is controlling stadiums, and USL is actively working at that. That's the only reason MLS couldn't have done this before. And that's the reason you're hearing rumblings with BC Place in Vancouver and Seattle, is because the only way this really, really works and works well is if you control your venue. Playing this schedule and playing in an NFL stadium is going to be very problematic.
Yeah, tricky.
So that's why the New England Revolution is currently beefing with Everett, Massachusetts, in order to get a stadium built. Seattle is now floating, getting money, which is funny because the guy who owns Seattle is really rich. You could manage this yourself. I don't know what that is about. BC Place in Vancouver, that will get renegotiated because, again, building a new stadium in Vancouver is very unlikely. Who else plays
Charlotte's
in the NFL
probably
stadium?
Not going to be making any moves anytime soon.
Charlotte has the opportunity. They could go play where the Charlotte Independents play. It's a 10,000 seat stadium, but they can reno that and make it.
Yeah, and I don't. That moves them out of downtown though, which is
fair enough.
They have a great little downtown near that stadium right now.
Sorry, I do have to correct you. They don't have a downtown. They have an uptown. All my people from North Carolina would want to correct you on that.
Don't tell Austin about that.
Don't tell Austin. Yes. But yeah,
then you got Atlanta, but you've got Atlanta where the owner actually gives a shit, right?
Yes, he will spend the money on making sure the turf is good every game. So he's the
right.
Hubert, I cut you off. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're all right. What I was getting at was I think there's an argument to be made about switching to that schedule before it becomes an issue.
Yes,
especially with your point about stadium control. Yeah. I don't know that. I guess I don't have the numbers in front of me and I don't know enough about it, but I don't know how much USL is directly competing with MLS for viewers other than sickos like us that want to watch every game.
Yeah, it's not really. That's the misnomer that people are having here is 90% of USL clubs are in cities that are not near MLS clubs. So I'm not competing for butts and seats because there are a few lunatics who will drive from Oklahoma to Frisco to watch a FC Dallas game. I can guarantee you they will stop doing. Yes, I guarantee you they will stop doing that once Oklahoma City finishes its 12,000 seat stadium in 18 months, give or take.
I think that really depends on the fan. There's some people who are just love of a sports team.
Right.
You know,
that's true. But what I'm saying is that number will shrink because people are like, I can drive that.
Oh yeah, the number will shrink. Yes.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So there's not a lot of now. There's the Miami FC of it all, right? There's Fort Lauderdale.
But that's the market. That market is. I mean, if you look at the way USL is expanding in Florida, that tells me that the market there is enough market to sustain alternative.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So, although we discussed, me and Dennis, we have this not really debate argument about whether or not it's a real estate play, but USL is doing that because they realize the money is not in soccer; it's in
the stadiums, buildings. It's in the facilities, it's in the grounds,
and we agree on that for sure. We're gonna hit one.
Before we move on from this, the most important question of this whole calendar change thing?
Yes.
Whoever wins the shortened season in January of 2027, what are we counting that trophy?
Yes, they count the Disney Cup. LeBron walks around with that shit, so I mean, we got to. The Spurs, who I love, they count the '99 season, which was a lockout year. Didn't the Stars win in the lockout year too? If I'm not mistaken, isn't there one? Their one championship is a lockout year,
right?
Yeah, I mean, is there a difference between a lockout year where you don't play for 3 months and then you play, or like what? It's 14 games and then a playoff. Do we want to count that as a full season?
Go ahead. I'll let you answer that too, but I have an opinion on this too, and that's why I brought it up.
No, you go ahead. I got distracted because the dog was causing issues here, so I missed it.
Well, my take on this whole thing is that the trophy is complete bullshit unless we win it.
Yes. Oh, we win. Parade in the street, downtown Frisco. We're gonna be Frisco. We're gonna be a roller town getting absolutely drunk. It will be a shit. Yeah, I'm getting arrested. I'm going to turn Frisco into Philly. It's going to be crazy. They're going to have to grease.
Marcus, someone of your skin tone does not need to do that in Frisco.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that in Frisco. I'm just saying.
Hey, no. I keep a good lawyer and bail money. We'll make it work.
Oh, well, then we're good. Let's go.
So,
keep that shit south of 635, okay?
Oh, my bad. But no, I even if we win it, I won't really count it. If we win it, it's not like I'm going to let the Hunts off the like, oh yeah, you did it this year. No, fuck. I need you to invest.
Asterisk, baby.
Yes, asterisk on the motherfucker. The same way I look at LeBron, I'm like, oh, that's nice 3 rings you got there, my boy.
It's like the Dodgers season too. The Dodgers won the 2020 World Series too, that everybody said was kind of fake because they played they played the second half of that season with nobody in stadiums and.
But they did play the full 162 though, right?
Yeah, but half of the season was empty stadiums.
Yeah, but my issue is not the empty stadium. My issue is the
shortened season.
14, yeah, like anyone can get hot. 14 games and then a playoff.
It's a complete Mickey Mouse bullshit trophy. Unless we win it, then it counts.
Then it counts for sure.
And the guys over at Happy Foot Sad Foot over in LA, the LAFC podcast guys. Shout out to those guys. If you haven't, if you like football, those guys do a great podcast. So check that out. But yeah, same opinion.
For sure. All right. Lastly, before we get out of here, guys, thanks Dennis for stretching his meeting so we can get this in.
Yeah, it's fine. I just canceled meetings at my actual job for this.
Yeah. Lastly, brain fart here. Another news that was announced at the same time as the schedule change, which I think they kind of used to bury this news, is that Apple is exiting their deal 3 years early. 3 years early. Sorry, yes, 3 years early.
This shouldn't surprise anybody. This was cooked into the original deal.
No, the original deal, the early exit was 21, or it was 27, and they're leaving in 29.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is exiting was already cooked into it. So
exiting is cooked into every TV deal. But why would you leave? And it's different if the league opted out. That would be different. This is Apple opting out because the league opting out is saying, "Oh, we can get more money elsewhere."
Well, this was always an experiment for them to try other sports. This was never about Major League Soccer.
Well, fair enough. So no,
I thought that was pretty obvious from the start.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt. I know, Mark, this is going to fuck up your segment flow, but
go ahead.
Musa assist alert.
Hell yeah.
Musa. All right. Well, fortunately, my internet broadband came. So, so the highlights of this rearranged, revised deal is that they're leaving 3 years early. They're paying half rate for that mini season in the middle, 27, and then they're increasing the payout for 27, 28, and 28, 29 by 25 million. So I can scroll down here. We can read it. So basically, the revised payments for the season of 26 is going to be the full 200 million. Then for the mini season of 27 is going to be 100 million, and then a revised payout of 275 million for years 27, 28, and 28, 29. And so even though the deal is ending early, they're getting an extra $50 million out of this by having that mini season on.
Interesting.
So this was just buried in the deal that they're ending it early. So I don't know if you guys had any thoughts on this. It seems like everyone's just saying fuck it, everyone saw this coming. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean my only real thoughts are, let's see what they do in the future.
My main concern for this, by the way, we also left off the fact that they're taking MLS out from behind the paywall and just opening up for full Apple TV again, which means if you are a 2026 MLS season ticket holder, you get Apple TV, the entire Apple TV spectrum for free, which will also, I think, include F1 next year as well. So that is good news for us.
Also, if you're an AT&T member, if you're signed up for Prime, like they're basically
everything gets you some.
Yeah.
Right. But my one concern with this is that I hope this doesn't open us up to an MLB NBA style world where you have to have 15 different streaming services to watch the entire league.
I think that's where they're going.
I don't think this league is at a point yet where it has that much interest where people are willing to go spend on 3 or 4 or 5 different streaming services to keep up with this league. That being said, if there is still some sort of way for season ticket members to have the benefit of, hey, you can watch your team anywhere. The Scottish League has a great example of this, right? You can just go to Celtics website, you can go to the Rangers website, you can go to Hearts website, and you can subscribe to their season, and you get every one of their matches. That club only, you get all of their matches for the season, except for their European competitions, obviously. But you get all of their league competitions for whatever. I think it's like $14 a month. I think something like that needs to happen if they're going to get to this world where they're streaming in multiple places.
MLS did that. They had MLS Pass, which was a separate standalone, and then you could buy just your team pass for like $50. Like the standalone was like almost $200 if you got all the games. Here's the thing:
they're going to be distributing these games across multiple services. There needs to be a way for fans to be able to follow one team.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they're going to follow the NWSL model. I think Prime is a candidate to get this. I think they're going to go back to ESPN. I think they're whatever entity has Paramount / Warner Brothers, whenever that merger goes through, whatever entity that is, they'll do something. USA Sports just announced that they're doing standalone sports networks, so that's another thing. Peacock might be up for it. Netflix just bought the World Cup rights for the next 2 cycles, so they're trying to do some stuff with soccer. So they might be, at the very least, they might be a worldwide partner. So outside the
American
market, that might be
because they've done great work with live, bringing their live stuff to bring it up. Right, they had the NFL games and that was good, but their WWE product has really helped them elevate their live.
Well, after the first month, they really flubbed at least.
Yeah, I mean that happens everything.
But they learned their lesson. They learned their lesson.
Right, that happens with all these streaming services, though, right?
Yeah, the first Logan fight, they apparently did not anticipate the bandwidth, and ever since then, they've gotten better because I haven't had any issues with any of the boxing matches.
Right, right.
So those are the things. I think unless Netflix is just going to money whip them and say we'll just take the whole thing. Now, if Netflix gets it, I don't think you get the season ticket holders get a free pass thing because Netflix is like, most people already have us type joint. So it's like you're not getting an extra.
Yeah, they are the one you kind of forget about. that you're paying for.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm already spending $20 on this. So yes, I think they follow the NWSL model of this segmenting it. Hopefully Garber doesn't come out and say the dumb shit that the NBA commissioner said when asked, what do you say to all the people who can't afford all these streaming services? And this guy, who's a multimillionaire, said out of his mouth, oh, you can just watch the highlights. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? I don't know. But
it's 10 subscriptions. What's it cost? $10?
What could have been at a cost, Michael?
Yeah. So, but anyways, gentlemen, I appreciate your time here. This is the news of the week. If anything else pops up, I will jump on and do a short pod. But I do appreciate all you guys' time. Thanks, Dennis, for staying on a little later. I guess me and Hubert will talk offline to see if we decide to go to Tulsa. It's kind of hit or miss for me, 5 hours, but I do want to go. I think it'd be awesome to go to a final, something that we won't get here.
Do it for the content.
For sure. That's actually what I was thinking about.
Yeah. For me, it's more of a either go the day before and stay the night, or stay the night the day of. I don't know.
Yeah, that's basically it. The thing that's
hotels in Tulsa. Come on, like
yeah. The thing that's messing me up is the 11 a.m. It's like I got to go the day before. If I go the day of, I'd literally be driving there to show up at showtime. So
yeah. Sorry, hilarious fact that Dan Crook just posted in the Third Degree Discord that I need to share. This is an actual hilarious stat. Dallas Trinity's 2 goal scorers this weekend, Ray Moore and Celie Strawn, their combined age is that of Sebastian Lletget or Ibiaga.
Amazing.
Yo, that's funny. But play the kids. Maybe Trinity, because of their model, will be the Play the Kids club, right?
They are the Play the Kids squad, except for Amber, who's
retiring probably
to the
next
promised land until she retires, and hopefully is our next head coach. But that's my personal opinion.
That'd be a good play. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Follow us, Dallas Bear Guardians, on everything.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have social media and stuff. Right?
Sign up for the newsletter at the end of the year. And I'm going to do what all the Republicans do after a mass shooting. I need thoughts and prayers for the Jamaican men's national team.
This fucking guy.
Please. But yeah, shout out to everyone. The season's not done yet. We got Trinity the rest of the year. We got news about roster moves. And we got the World Cup coming, so there's big news coming. I think we should try to do a live spot somewhere for a watch party for the World Cup. Maybe we just do that wherever FC Dallas is doing it. I think we should.
We're doing it at the stadium. It'll be at the whatever. If you check your emails, there's a free RSVP. It's December 5th, I believe, in the morning.
For sure.
It's like 10 or 11 a.m. Check your emails. There's you can get, I think, up to 4. You can RSVP for up to 4.
4 tickets. Yeah.
So I have 4. So if you guys don't get, let me know and we'll work that out. But
sorry, what event was this for?
So it's a watch party for the
draw. I'll remind you that the World Cup draw is like 2 hours of nothing and wasting time, and then they draw.
Right, but it's an excuse to drink at 10 a.m. on a Friday. So
I can do that at
I can't guarantee I'm going to go.
We can do that together.
That's true. I can't guarantee I'll make it, because if Jamaica's not making it, I'll just be drinking at home. Sad. So anyways, gentlemen, y'all have a good night.